Hello world, and welcome to another sad excuse for a broadcast from the Really Pathetic News Network, located at www.reallypathetic.com. I'm Chad Baggington, your news slave, and today's messages are brought to you by Fox's new reality game show, Hostile Actions in the Family Home. Premiering this fall, Hostile Actions will show America how low execs will go to exploit your family misery. And now for the news, which focuses on life after bullying. School bullies banded together today in a rare show of solidarity as the full impact of their futures has been released in a federal report. Findings that 90% of bullies wind up as drywallers, talent agents, or hammer salesmen have forced these schoolyard terrors to gather and demand that society do more than what they are already offering them to make an attempt to take lunch money. Tired of being dominated in adult life by the nerds they victimized, bullies everywhere are demanding full government representation under threat of a wet willy, a special commission to advance the betterment of bullies outside of school, or else there will be some wedgies, and the appropriation of funds to advance the science of bullying so that it can remain competitive in the 21st century as means of emotional scarring under the threat of squirrelies. Bullies have long claimed that their actions contribute to the mental endurance of some of the world's greatest minds in the world's weakest bodies, and now want recognition for that fact. World leaders have responded by calling their mothers, who will talk to the bullies' mothers. And now, for Arnold Schwarzenegger, our sports knucklehead.
Oh, Chad, you're such a killer. I know you wouldn't threaten my muscly self for reals. Today's sports brief is about ape wrestling.
Say Arnold, what's that grass that animals like to eat?
Alfalfa!
Thank you.
It was announced by wrestling officials today that in a special extravaganza of professional wrestling would permit primates in the square ring. Insiders claim that as plots of wrestling shows become increasingly convoluted and bear greater resemblance to sweaty daytime soap operas, owners and writers are struggling to come up with new and greater and interesting ideas. In a move harkening back to the 1980s, the writers have turned up chimp gimmicks. Already audiences are underway to find gorillas, chimps, and orangutans capable of facing men in the wrestling ring, and also capable of not ripping said men's heads and gnawing on the juicy brains inside. Animal rights organizations have naturally begun protesting, claiming that most of these apes are unsuitable for the ring, and that the vast majority will have their movie careers curtailed, limiting them to sorts of movies that The Rock presently finds himself in, when most should be capable of at least a set ring with a side of sauerkraut. Without further ado, he is back his heels for the weather time.
I love the way his eyebrows don't move when he talks. Anyways, today in the weather, I learned that chemicals and that wet stuff that falls from the sky aren't always a good combination. That reminds me of the time the mall had this sale on makeup, and I didn't find out until it was too late that it was actually foot cream. At least I didn't get athlete's foot. Now, I'd like to introduce Jesus Christ for your comic needs.
Just one smite, Dad. That's all I ask. No one will miss her, really. Moving on, Blocket the Toy webcomic examines an early biblical story that meets with early difficulties. All My Hexes, the unofficial original Battletech comic, goes hardcore gardening, and the weekly Stigmata is all about the LOLs, whatever that's supposed to be. Thank you, and back to you, Chad. Someday, we're all going to pay for this. In other news, you can find out how bad an idea a superhero team of billionaires could be. In opinion, viruses may be jumping between computers and humans, and clowning may be the next big career. In sports, other sports think it's unfair how much attention is given to home runs in baseball. And entertainment, we review Terminator Salvation. Remember to log on to our site. Just visit www.reallypathetic.com. Today's broadcast was written by Ezra Mann and the CBT poster known as Gray. Again, we're on the web at www.reallypathetic.com. Thank you.